We have yet another one of these examples of Trump-induced media violence. The Guardian reports that a reporter says he was attacked by a man saying, "This is Trump's America now." Colorado man arrested on suspicion of bias-motivated crimes and assault as hostility to journalists rises. So let's take a look at this. A Colorado man attacked a TV news reporter while asking if he was a citizen. So we have a xenophobic aspect to it, and taunting him that this was life now in the US with Donald Trump's second presidency looming, according to criminal court documents. The man, Patrick Thomas Egan, was arrested on the 18th of December in Grand Junction, Colorado, on suspicion of bias-motivated crimes, second-degree assault, and harassment. Egan is supposed to appear in court in a few days. According to police, the 39-year-old Egan followed the car of reporter Jaron Alex from KKCO and KJCT, who later told police he believed he was targeted because he is Pacific Islander. An arrest affidavit in the case says Egan arrived by taxi, pulled up next to Alex, who was on assignment, and said, "Are you even a U.S. citizen? This is Trump's America now. I'm a Marine, and I took an oath to protect this country from people like you." The affidavit described Egan as tackling Alex and putting him in a headlock before Egan began to strangle him, causing co-workers to run out and help. People have died like this, right? I mean, we have countless known media stories of people dying from these headlocks. According to documents, witnesses said Alex looked like he was struggling to breathe, and it was caught on surveillance footage. The alleged assault appears isolated. We have a hostile political environment to news media, which has included Trump calling the news media the enemy of the people, a threat to democracy, fake and crooked bastards. He has been deploying this rhetoric for a while. Freedom of the Press Foundation said it recorded 75 assaults on journalists since January 1, which is a 70% increase over 2023. This is a Trump-induced hate crime of sorts. I'd be lying if I hadn't had a bunch of conversations recently with people in my orbit about, am I worried that X, Y, or Z might be going on under Trump? And of course, the answer is probably not, but yeah, sort of. And there are all sorts of different precautions that I take. And, I was just in DC and spoke with a bunch of other people who do what I do, and everybody is kind of taking similar precautions with regard to safety and privacy and different things. And so this is a growing reality, but also, I think that there are relatively straightforward steps that many of us can take to protect ourselves. The really scary part is if indeed we are going to have a weaponized Justice Department that is going to prioritize going after Trump's political enemies in a proactive and sort of decidedly a one-sided way. It is logical, if you're a random MAGA in Grand Junction, Colorado, to think, hey, you know what? Now with Trump in power, they're going to go after Hunter Biden and liberal journalists or whatever. They're not going to come after me for violence against an individual when I'm doing my right and going after the fake news media, just like Trump said. Sort of like dumb people might not so stupidly think they aren't going to get punished for doing this sort of stuff. Now, for now, my hope, my belief, my anticipated reality is one in which even if Trump does weaponize the federal Justice Department against his political enemies, this is not going to mean that district attorneys and attorneys general at the state level, police, etc., are going to turn a blind eye to this sort of overt political and xenophobic stuff. I could be wrong, right? This stuff from the federal level under Trump, maybe it could trickle down. And that will be a terrifying reality, certainly, to have to deal with. But at least my hope is that that is not the case, and that this individual appears, at least for now, Trump's not in power, to be in a situation where he's going to be prosecuted under the fullest extent of the law.
Well, I wrote a book after a long journey and a ton of work. I am really thrilled with how it turned out, and I hope you'll read it. The book is called The Echo Machine, and in a nutshell, it looks at how American politics got so broken, who has already figured out solutions, and how we can try to fix it and stop the terror of Trump for the next 4 years. With Trump winning this election, the Echo Machine couldn't be more relevant, not only a warning about how we got here, but also about what might be coming and how to prevent the worst outcomes. We've got to stay engaged. We need a plan, and that's what the book is about. There's a belief out there that unless you have corporate media behind you, you can't have a successful political book launch, that it's not possible. I think we can prove that wrong. Order The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere that books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore and say, please order me The Echo Machine by David Pakman. Wherever you get the book, you'll get the free pre-order perks, including the signed book plate. Head to davidpakman.com/free book stuff after ordering.